Ba weep, grana weep, niba. Denizens of the internet, this is Purple Rabbit or Petrol Rabbit, whichever. What's your boat? And I've seen that a lot of people don't know all the unique content in the game and how to interact with it or interact best best way possible with them. So I'll try and show you which are the systems where and what are the things that have been implemented so far. Where this is in Alpha 12, just been released. So I'll tell you where the unique content in the game is. There is still some to be implemented, of course. So, for example, the Android system, collective system, and the Cult of New Haven system still don't have dedicated unique content, and we might expect other things as well. But generally speaking, so to give an overview, we have the Baron system, and the Baron system has a Baron station, which is usually in one of the lateral systems. I'll get to show you that. Then you have the slavers, where the slavers also have a base. This is more in well, if you attack it while being hostile, the only advantage is you can take their slaves and free them, and maybe bring them to the military alliance and sell them. However, there's the functionality of the slave base is more evident when you trade with them. I'll get into that later. So aside from that, then there's the military alliance sectors, which are the only one I'll try and show you later, which can spawn. You can get 2 or 3 in a galaxy, or even just 1. These are quite particular. They have at least 3, sometimes 4 unique encounters. These are leisure stations, and you can encounter civilian leisure stations and merchant leisure stations in the lateral systems. And then there is always a prison station and a base station. The prison station is best approached if you are enemy to the military alliance, otherwise it won't trigger the option that makes it cool, let's just say. You can't go in and attack them. You have to be at war with them before you warp into the prison sector. So yeah, just to show you that galaxies can have 2 military alliance systems in them. And then you have a pirate base somewhere here, which doesn't have a lot of functionality. I haven't tried. I think I had tried trading with it at some point. It's difficult to become friends with pirates and maintain friendship with them. They're the only faction that actually loses reputation with time, slowly. So there is a base there as well. And aside from that, there is also the alien-infested system, which is this one with this strange little icon. And here you can usually find the Mary Shelley, which is a huge abandoned derelict with some logs. So aside from that, in terms of unique content, the first entries to the data log are part of the main quest storyline and are completed pretty much on the first 2 or 3 playthroughs. You can find every data log you will find anywhere will be one of these until you've found all of them. Not the same for the hypersleep chambers, which have 9 entries. These are very rare and can be found basically in cyropods on derelicts, or where else? Well, on the Mary Shelley as well, particularly. But when you find one of these, and if the guy inside is dead instead of becoming one of your crew, then it will automatically be one of these data logs. I'll probably make a separate video reading them out. Nobody has found all of them yet. They're rather not RNG. They have a very low chance of spawning, and there's accumulating dice rolls that you have to do to get them. Besides, you're not guaranteed to find Mary Shelley in the alien system. It's one of those things that doesn't spawn every galaxy. The same goes for leisure stations. They might not spawn. We've talked about the Baron system, so let me focus. All right, and so as we said, these two systems, the Cult of New Haven and the Android Collective, don't have unique content. Don't mix unique content with outposts and mining stations. You can get those anywhere, and multiple of those. I'm not counting those as unique content with special functions, except maybe the repair stations, which you can find several of. You're guaranteed find one. You're guaranteed to find one in the Military Alliance sector. It's usually a civilian station, so you don't even need to be at peace with the Military Alliance. So let's go and see if we can find. Let's go and see the Military Alliance prisons first. Alright, so just to be clear, this little icon here is an outpost, and this is a mining station, and you'll find these frequently in all kinds of systems, or almost all. So this is the Baron station, and this is the Baron system. It's actually called the Baron system. It's shown as a pirate system, but it belongs to the Merchant Alliance. So usually here you'll find in a lateral system the base. By the way, all systems that should have a base will have that as a guaranteed find. I'm not sure if I've ever found the base in the middle system. In the central system, I think it always spawns in a lateral, but I think I've seen it in the middle. Anyways, so we're jumping in, but it's called the Baron Station, and as of now, it's been implemented in the game it's been there a while. I think it's 2 or 3 patches it's been around. I haven't found any particular way of interacting with them. We can try talking, and as far as the trading goes, they are stocked up pretty well on stuff, so it's a good place to go and make money, which is to be expected of the Merchant Federation. Now let's see if we can actually also see inside their base. Okay. If you attack them, and I've done it several times, there's not much to it. You just go in and you take everything there is there, and I don't think it's as profitable as trading with them, or at least what I mean is you can't get all the resources that you see when you're trading. They're not going to be there, basically. So negotiate. Permission to visit ship, share vision. We would really like to visit your ship or see it. But let's trade offer. Let's see if we can buy. Yeah, sure, we'll do it for this. And offer big gift again. Let's see if this triggers it. Let's kick it in. Goodbye. But there's that's more or less the only things I can find about the game. Gift 10. Wow. Okay, let's see if we get lucky. We don't agree with the 26%. 9%, we don't agree. You can just jump in and do this again, by the way. And using another ship is also useful sometimes. But if it doesn't work, you just rehail them and try again until it's RNG based, basically. So they'll tell you when to stop. So we have vision and permission to board them. We got them on both ships. That happens if you get it on one ship with one faction. If there's another ship of the same faction, you'll get vision on all of them. But just for the duration of the sector. Regardless, that's not the point. So one thing about the Baron system station, let's look at it just a second. So that's how it looks like, Baron station. There you go. Is that it's supposed to have a Baron from basically the Kickstarter campaign has a voice that says that people that donated so much could name a captain of a Baron station. At the moment there's no captain function, so even if these names are been told by the devs implemented already, it's not clear which of these is the captain. Possibly eventually there'll be. Oh, they have windows here as well on the Alpha 12. This is new. Nice. Very nice. But I don't know, we can go and check. No, we can't see the names, we can't select them, so these are the names, and I don't know if any of these are the captain. But aside from this, there's not much else to be done with the Baron Station. You can attack it and you can take everything inside it, but there's not much to it aside from that. The Pirate Station on the other spectrum is has some more asteroid outside space where you can battle or dock out, but this is basically it for the Pirate Station or the Merchant Federation. So I kind of got lucky, or maybe we have to see if it spawns with the alien system, which is where you'd find Mary Shelley. As you see, there's no lateral systems in this one, but they can be big. And I mean, aside from everything, there's more aliens in the derelicts there, but the only way to find the Mary Shelley is to drop on every sector where there is a derelict and hope you find it. So this system only has 3, but usually have lateral systems and stuff, and it can be in anywhere of these, and it cannot spawn in a galaxy. So let's see if we get lucky, but you get the general concept of how you find it. No? Yes, we found it. There you go. Oh, overlapping. That's fun. So yeah, I guess you can see a bug that's caused by my mod. My ship is way too big. I'm doing some roleplay here. But this is the Mary Shelley, and I'm not going to ruin it for you, but this is how you find it, basically. Let's see, what else can I tell you about the Mary Shelley without spoiling it. Usually finds at least you should find one of the hypersleep chamber logs on it. Not all the time, but yeah, it's a big ship. If you want some advice on clearing it, take more than 4 at least, and keep going back to oxygen. Maybe clear it in 2 or 3, etc. Whatever it is. But the thing that will it's big, so and there's spots where you can get oxygen from air ducts or stuff in the ship, but it's not enough to unless you do it quickly. So either do it very quickly and keep your ship stocked so you can go and resupply an oxygen before your people suffocate. But yeah, that's about it for the Mary Shelley. So this Military Alliance system actually has 2 leisure stations that are both from the civilian faction. Let's go see who we can find there, but that's a first for me, finding 2 of the same faction on the civilian outpost. As far as you are in, you don't need permission to board this ship. You already have it, so don't go and hail them and talk to them, and you already have vision on it because it has this function, unless you're hostile to them. But yep, that's it. So same as the other one. But as you can see, this can show you generally how this is a typical Military Alliance system. When they spawn in other places in the galaxy, they can have other things, like for example this is a base and the prison station together, but I found systems that have Military Alliance systems that had 2 prisons, so you can find more than 1 leisure station, as you can see here. And there's also the possibility of finding the Merchant Federation leisure station, and there's the regular outposts, and you will, in the central system, you will always get these 4 stations. One is the repair station, civilian. One is a trading station, and Merchant Federation. Okay, Android Collective. And the other is the prison and the base. The base is a small base which you can destroy, and there's stuff inside as normal. but the prison is particular as far as you're at war with the military alliance. So let's go. I'll try and show you the prison station. All right, here we go. Jump in. Here you go. Let's pause this. Now this is the base, which, as I said, but this is the prison station, and as you see, we have vision already on it. So yeah, there's no point in attacking it. You can do that yourself and find out. But basically, on the prison station, you have prisoners which are belonging to your faction, which you can go free. You're going to have to go attack the station and blah blah blah. It's quite big. So, and you can also see the best thing about recruiting on the prison station is you can actually see the skill points of people you would be saving and recruiting. Wow, these are really nice. And there's also other prisoners from other factions which you can take as prisoners free or whatever you want to do. Yeah, I'll leave it at that, but the prison station is probably the best recruiting method. Of course, it's kind of mid-end game because you have to, you know, fight against the military alliance, and the targeting jammer helps a lot here. Of course, the military base has a targeting jammer, so you can only board it. These guys have guns, and yeah. Well, I mean, this is lucky. It's in both are in the same sector. So, if you're at war with them, don't miss out on those. And the last one we need is a slaver station, which is right there. Okay, so I finally found the Slavers Guild base in the Slaver Guild system. As I found it down here. It can be anywhere in the system. So just to give you an idea, you're gonna have to check everywhere if you can't find it right away. But this is what it looks like. So, by the way, an interesting way, while we're at it, of how reputation works, and in particular offering gifts for reputation. These will go and take from your pool of money and just or materials, and you know, alternate between the two. So if you don't have enough money, it's always going to take a percentage, I think, of what you have. So the less you have, better in these terms. As you can see, I think I'm getting the same reputation for less, basically. Well, 23 artificial meat. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably the same at the end, but energy block 26, 6 tech block. I think it's more or less the same. But if you have problems on credits, well, know that. Alright, so 18 gifts later. Let's hail them and see what we... we want to share vision. We don't agree. Why wouldn't you? We agree. Yay. I mean, we can also permission to visit. We don't care. Oh, we allow you. Anyways, as you can see, you probably noticed that there's a few more voices when trading with the slavers. Now, before we go and talk about what you can do if you attack them, which is also interesting, there's a lot of mechanics related to trading with them or negotiating. So, and there's, let's say, a bug or an exploit at the moment, or free cash somewhere here. But it's, I mean, it's not really useful unless you have a lot of crew like I do. I found out because I had like, I was trying to push between 300 and 400 crew, and I replaced everybody that didn't have botany 3, so I found it convenient at some point to just trade and sell the crew to the slavers, which, as you can see, there's a voice, sell a crew member. Now, usually when you sell when you return refugees, if you noticed, or sell prisoners, even to the military alliance, ships have a carrying capacity when it comes to population, so they'll stop accepting refugees and prisoners after a certain point, which they can't accumulate. The same doesn't really happen for slavers. I'm not sure about slaves. I haven't sold a lot of slaves to them because I don't pick up slaves, but you can sell a crew member, and there is no cap either to how many they can take in, nor to the amount of credits that they have available for this. So while they have a pool, if you trade with them, they have a pool of credits that you can, dry out by trading. They will still have this money available. And another thing is that something that you can't see anywhere else, this will sort of give you the value in credits of each crew, which is somehow of some of their statistics and skills, which gives you a better general idea of their value. So and it's in decreasing order. So in my case, it's a huge list because, well, not I have my other game, which is not modded, has 440. This has 300. I can't go down. There you go. So you see at the bottom is I don't want to sell anyone. Just Okay. So you can trade, you can sell crew, buy slaves, which is also different. But you need to have researched slave collars and slave facility to be able to keep them efficiently. But that's about it when it comes to negotiating and trading with slavers. On the other hand, if you attack them, you can take their prisoners or slaves and either free them or keep them as as slaves, or free them from slaves, take them as refugees, return them. Different options when it comes to that. And you can do it either by just once you've talked to them, once you've conquered the station, you can re-talk to some of the slavers and you can tell them to give you also all their crew, captive crew. But what you can do with the slavers at this point is you can sell them as prisoners, and take their bounties from the military alliance. The military alliance buys bounties from pirates. They want pirates, but I think they're at war with the slavers as well, and you can sell them their crew as well. So if you're not into trading with the slavers, I think generically want to at least be at peace with the military alliance so that you can sell the stuff that you get there, the crew that you get the bounties. I hope I've come across properly. But yeah, that's just about it for the Slavers Guild. Let's see, I think, what are we missing? We might be missing the Barons, no, the Pirate Station, so we can go and check that now. So, last but not least, the Pirate Base. Yeah, big system. But I found it up here. I haven't explored that, so there might be a chance of two. I've never seen two pirate bases spawn. But Pirate Coalition base, there you have it. Let's drop in. So that's how it looks like. As I've said, I don't think I've ever managed to trade with these people. But as far as I've figured out, the best you can do with this is, if you don't kill them, take them as prisoners and sell them to a military alliance. That should bring you the best profit. This one's a bit more fun in terms of fighting. You can board on this side, I'll show you. Okay. ceasefire, no, surrender, settlement not paid, release captive crew, place a ceasefire, yes. I don't think that habilitates any particular options on our side. Release captive crew, offer, pay settlement, yes, because I owe them 100k. Well, let's trade and negotiate for permission. None of that's possible, but there's no particular diplomatic options. As far as I've noticed, and their best use is to be sold. You know, unless you trade with them, is to sell their crew to the military alliance. Now, before I leave you, and that it was the last of the all the content I can think of that is unique and that is actually implemented in Space Haven at the moment. I can tell you a few things on future content, what's expected, at least in terms of, I guess, you know, what we've talked up to so far, unique content. So mostly what I'm talking about is unique encounters or spawns or whatever you want to call them for these two systems, the Cult of New Haven system and the Android system. Android collective system. So when it comes to the androids, rumor has it on the Discord that when the Android update will come now, the current androids in game, let's see if I can find some among my crew so I can show you, are currently placeholders, both I think in terms of their looks and also in terms of, let's just where's this guy's an android, because they have they always have their helmet thing up. We know that there's going to be an android patch eventually, sometime soon probably, and that will probably bring also the unique content to the system as well, which will probably add some sort of function like the others, as we've said so far. And the same goes for the clan of Footshaven, how I've come to call it. But as to the clan of Footshaven, I'm not sure what mechanics or lore they're going. While other factions are more clear in what they are, this one is religious zealots, and I don't know, the way I've seen it, if you read the logs, there's talk on the logs and funny chat about the logs, you know, the quest logs from you know, the game. They talk about some people on the ship who don't want to find Eden because they think that humanity is like a disease, so they don't want to destroy another planet, so they actively plan to destroy people on the ship, you know, to destroy the ship, or sabotage the ship to prevent landing on a new planet, a bit like so I'm not sure what they're going to go with. What I was trying to say with the religion, there's no so far when it comes to the lore and about the clan of not Footshaven, what's it really called? It's called the Clan of New Haven. Cult of New Haven. Why do I call it the Clan of Footshaven? Anyways. Yeah, you know, they don't want, I guess they don't, well, it doesn't say that they are particularly seeing it like that, like humanity is a plague and they shouldn't land somewhere. But in the logs in the game, there is mention of people who see it that way. So I don't know. I'm connecting things to Sunshine. If you see in the game, I mean, the game is per se very solar panels are very powerful at the beginning of the early mid game. You know, so solar energy. I can imagine the clan of the Cult of New Haven as you know, the people in Sunshine. That movie, if you haven't seen it, where they have to reignite the sun because it's turning off, so they send a mission to nuke the sun and turn it back on. That's basically the idea. But the first ship doesn't succeed, so the second ship has to go. And this first, I mean, I won't tell you the story. I won't spoiler, by the way, if you want to see it. But it's a really cool movie. They find another ship, the first ship, and on the first ship, well, I won't tell you all about it. But there was like religious fanatics and zealots who were basically, you know, doing solariums 24/7 while getting closer and closer to the sun. So yeah. I feel those vibes in the clan, in the cult of New Haven, but we'll see when that gets implemented. So there's at least 2 more unique encounters, spawns, whatever you want to call them, expected to be implemented. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. If you've gotten this far in the video, I hope you gain your trust, at least on in terms of Space Haven. I won't ask you for your Steam account details, but if you want to give them to me, you can just in the links below and stuff. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the day and stuff. And if you're in a good mood, give us a follow, a thumbs up, or something like that. This is not monetized, so don't worry too much about it. And that's all, folks. Ta 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 ta. That's all, folks. Ciao.